Hi, Geminis. What's going on? Happy birthday to all of you Geminis out there, whether late or early birthday. So this is your June reading. And we're going to start out by pulling an affirmation card. That's what I'm doing. Because words are powerful, right? Then I'm just going to do a monthly forecast spread that I found. Let's see, 2, 4, 6, 7. It's a 7-card spread, which is a good number. Good number for introspection, self-awareness, and all that good stuff. And it'll be you in the month of June. Your lesson for the month of June, inner focus, outer focus, where you will thrive, where you may struggle, and what the advice will be, okay? And we'll get into that. I'm going to use the Osho Tarot deck for that, which is actually more so like an oracle deck, though every card does correspond to a tarot card. But yeah, I'm going to use that deck, and then I'm going to clarify each. Oh, look at that. What? Then I'm going to clarify each card with tarot. Okay, with the everyday tarot. So wow, you got a card that just flew right out. This is awesome. What? Guys, there is nothing sexier than my authentic truth. Okay, is that not the truth? By the way, this will apply for Gemini Sun, Rising, and Moon as well. But more so Sun and Rising is what I'm really kind of intending to read for. That way it's a little bit more specific, okay? So this is amazing. Well, actually, maybe this tells me that the moon sign people, Gemini moons, I'm a Gemini moon, but I'm also a Gemini rising. This may be speaking to some of you out there. So there's that, okay? Maybe it's not a good idea for me to put that there. Let's see how I can fix this a little bit. Maybe I should have thought this out, right? A little bit earlier. I thought I was doing good, guys. All right. So, and underlying that is, check this out. I am the loving energy of the universe. Exactly. We all are. All of us are made up of everything out there in the universe. That is where we come from. If that's not amazing and beautiful, I don't know what is. Okay. Now let's begin. Lots of crazy stuff happening. So also, our ruling planet, Mercury, will be in your sign very shortly, if it's not already. I don't think it is yet. I think it's going to be around, let me see really quick. 1 second. Oh, it is in Gemini. Never mind. I interrupted the music. So anyway, our ruling planet is in Gemini, which that's a good thing because we'll be speaking very much from our heart. We'll be speaking the truth. Nothing sexier than my authentic truth. And also we're going to have a new moon in Gemini coming up. I think it's on the 4th of June. So again, that's going to bring up a lot of truths, I believe. And we're not going to be able to hold that back, I feel. Okay. Archangels, spirit guides, ancestors, please bring me clarity for the Geminis out there. Gemini Sun Rising. I really need these messages. Let me just pull up this spread again. Okay. So you, Gemini, what's going on with you? The month of June, where are you going to be, within? What's going to be going on within Gemini? Oh. Wow. Comparison. Wow, that's really interesting. You may be experiencing a great change in the month of June, whereas in the past, you may have compared yourself to many others and saw them as perhaps something greater than yourself or something that maybe you were lacking. But now you're going to see from a different perspective, I feel, for many of you that I'm picking up on in June, that you're not less or better, that you are just different. And that the qualities and the things that you have to offer are very much abundant and amazing. It's just that they're different than whatever these other beings or things are that you were comparing to. Again, like I said, I'm going to clarify with regular tarot, but let me just make sure that this looks all right. You know, the spread and everything, the layout of it. Just like a typical Gemini, I guess, Gemini rising, I've been overthinking this, so I'm trying not to overthink it and just get it out there, you know? But, of course, I'm still kind of overthinking it. I want to make sure that it's all right, you know? Yeah. Okay. So, again, comparison. We're going to get more into these as we go through. Your inner focus for June, Gemini. Inner focus for Gemini in June. Oh. Damn. What? Okay, I just want to say what these other cards are that you have here. Along with this, your inner focus. Okay, that's not good, guys. But, damn. Okay, but there's a light at the end of the tunnel. The guilt that you are going to be focused on it within, perhaps, in June, hopefully not, is bringing you stress within relationships, okay? Going to make you feel like you've got to be this person that can juggle everything and do everything. Again, it's a comparison type of thing. You don't have to be that. And why do you feel you have to be that? Because maybe you have some conditioning. You felt you were conditioned to feel you had to be like all these other sheep out there, perhaps. But you're not. Do you see that you're this lion? What's very sad is that this lion has this sheep bound and roped to its back. You know, it's got a weight on its back. But the weight is an illusion. Do you notice these sheeps also look like clouds? So it's like cloudy headedness about your truth. You can't see past the clouds. Because again, you're conditioned to believe this. So this guilt can be washed away. Again, relationships. It's coming through. You're projecting some type of truth out to others. But it's not the real truth. It's what you want them to think. And also, the things that you may be experiencing from them may actually be a mirror of you. Something that you need to look at. And the guilt you may be experiencing, again, look at this though. Clouds blocking you from the truth of these flowers and this beautiful abundance. But it's you. You are bringing this upon yourself in June. And you can let it go. And I want to tell you, when you let it go, you are presented again with your dream, your original dream. I'm hearing that song, I Dreamed a Dream. Look it up, from Les Miserables. I can't pronounce it correctly. Les Miserables. Les Miserables, whatever. Okay, so that's going to bring you some health as well and structure to your daily routines, because you're going to know exactly where you're going now. There's not going to be clouds covering and diverting you. Because sorrow will be lifted. And again, look at the clouds. Look at how cloudy that person is. But look, it's reversed, which means no more. No more. And then look at that. Letting go. It's like, and it's crazy because we started with the same number. And 8, the 8th house, is that house of death and rebirth, or of transformation, of Scorpio, rising from the ashes as the phoenix, okay? Taking the plunge. Maybe you need to dive into what this guilt actually is about. Maybe you've avoided it for so long that you don't even know why you feel so guilty anymore, but you need to take that plunge. One thing I wanted to say, though, really interesting. Before I even put this on, I was thinking about this Manly P. Hall. If you don't know him, look him up, Manly P. Hall. Amazing human being. I wish he was still alive so I could watch him and listen to him live. But anyway, I've never heard anybody speak the way that he does, so eloquently, so clearly, and everything he says just like brings you back to yourself, reminds you of what you already may have known, but you forgot. And for whatever reason, the way that he says it over anyone I've ever listened to, he's the one who brings the clarity. So I would recommend looking him up. But anyway, I was thinking before putting this on of one of his talks that I listened to probably 3 or 4 times already, because it's so powerful. It's called Never Let the Past Ruin Your Future. And one of the things he says is that most of the time, the thing that we're feeling guilty about, that we can't let go of in the past, that we may have done, we weren't the same person as we are now, because we've lived a whole lot of life since that time, usually. Whether it's, even if it's been only like a few months, okay? Since that time, we are a different person. That's just the truth. Because of the experience, we are a different person. So therefore, we should not bring that with us into the now or into the future, which of course the now is creating. But mostly what I want to say about that particular talk is, if you would have known better, you would have done better. Okay? So now that you know better, do better. That's it. The guilt will continue and will perpetuate this negative action, perhaps. If you want to call it that, but it will. It always does. That's probably the purpose of guilt. To keep you bound and to keep you hurting yourself. It's not right, okay? We all have good within us. So, anyway, okay. So your outer focus, Gemini, outer focus for June. Interesting. Wow, so your outer focus, traveling. That's beautiful. Traveling toward the light, perhaps. Another 8. Rising out from the ashes. Even with these clouds, look at that. The higher you rise, the less cloudy it becomes. The more light you allow in, the more light you follow, rather than the dark. Don't follow the dark, follow the light. Realize that you don't have to let these hands grab you and scratch you and keep you bound. It's only because you're showing this that they're able to do that. Show them that you have no fear. Show these thoughts, these inner demons, that there's no fear, and they will disappear right before your eyes. And you will begin to see this light again. Traveling up the mountain. That's so interesting. Maybe you've been comparing yourself as well to who you were at some time in the past. Maybe some of you are wishing you were there, but there's no better time like now, okay? We're all meant to be where we are in every moment. Clearly there's a huge shift happening too for you. Excuse me. A huge change, because 5 is that number of change. And again, remember there's nothing sexier than my authentic truth, meaning your authentic truth is who you are at your core. Okay, so what is the lesson for Gemini? What is the lesson for Gemini? Wow. Holy shit. Consciousness breakthrough at the bottom of the deck. Oh my God. Wow. Your lesson is to bring you back to yourself, to bring you back into your awareness and consciousness. This guilt you may be feeling out of nowhere, you think, but it's been there all this time. It's been there all along, since whenever these things or this thing happened, okay? But you feel it extra. You're going to be feeling it extra in June. But why? Again, so that you can come back to the light. It's helping you break through. Look at that. Again, traveling toward the light. It's going to show you just how strong you are. Another thing I was hearing before this is you don't know how strong you are until being strong is your only option. Sometimes this is why we are presented with certain challenges and obstacles. And that's the way to look at it, is this challenge or an obstacle, not something like that you can't handle, because you can. You were given this thing to handle it, and it was given to you by you before coming here, you know? Okay, so where will Gemini thrive in June? Whoa. Wow. As if you have patience. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Patience with others as well, because this is number 7, the card, or the house of, relating, of Libra, relating. You and me. How do you see me? How do I see you? And is it clear? How can we make it clear? How can we grow this bond or this friendship or this relationship, whatever it is? And look at that on the bottom of the deck is completion. Yes. This is this is the last puzzle piece for you guys. Not the last, but it is a final piece of a cycle that you've been dealing with and you've been going through for a long time, whoever I'm speaking to. I feel it's been a really long time, okay? And there have been, though, opportunities and, I guess, openings, portals for you to break through within this long period of time, but you've been afraid. Whereas now, you're saying F that shit, no, I'm going to do it. There's no other option, right? You never know how strong you are until being strong is the only option. You're deciding no, this is it. I'm going to just do this shit, and I'm not going to keep holding myself back, because what the hell? Who knows how long it's going to take next time if I don't bust through now. So where you may struggle, though, Gemini, in June, where might Gemini struggle in June? But Gemini, where may Gemini struggle in June? What's the dealio? Well, this one seems like the truth. Okay. Wow. And this is the one that showed up in the top when all those cards came out, which to me was too many, but regardless, it's the one that showed up. So here's where you may struggle, Gemini. Again, clinging to the past. Wow, what did I say about this first one you got here? About you, comparison, clinging to the past. They're both number 5. And Jesus, this is crazy. Okay, and number 5 is that number of change. So I look at that. Clinging to the past, comparing yourself to maybe who you think you are or were, but you are not. You don't have to hold this weight on you. You don't have to carry this cement block on your head, on your shoulders, of nothing but confusion. It's a maze in there. Your head, it's a maze, okay? Not amazing, a maze. But the amazing part of you is being blocked, well, quite literally. But it's, again, it reminds me of this Sia song, and the lyric that I'm going to say goes, my bag's heavy, been filled by me. They weigh me down, carry them round. It's all mine, all mine. As in, you can choose to let it go. But it's up to you. If it is to be, it is up to me, right? Okay, and last but not least, your advice for June, Geminis. Advice for June for Gemini. Create a new vision for yourself. Maybe the vision you've had that were stuck on. You were stuck on this vision, perhaps. And, perhaps because, look at that. You were like crawling on the ground trying to find the pieces of some type of vision that you had for a very long time that you thought you had to do or you had to complete. But look, this month you're able to stand up. Let the peace go. Forget about that because it's no longer. It was maybe for a time, and maybe it will show up back. That's the funny thing. When we stop looking so hard for certain things sometimes, or when we stop trying to think of the word that we forgot, it comes to us. It's always when we release the thing that it shows up at our front door. But regardless, it may also not be the thing that's meant for you in this time to help you to rise to your fullest potential, your best self. The thing is to rise to whatever this new vision would be. You can create a new vision, and it doesn't have to be totally different than the thing that you have been on the ground searching for again. It can still apply in some way, but it has to be different so that you can see a new future for yourself. It has to reinvent yourself, basically, is what I'm saying. And the best way to do that one of the best ways to do that. Wow. Yeah. The best way to do that is to be playful during this time. Look at how similar their bodies are looking. Think of how you want to play like a child. What would you like to do if you could just be playing? Okay, literally, like playing. Nothing to do with anything serious. But yes, it has to be something that touches your heart and soul, not just BS, not just bullshit so that you can just not do anything. Think of something that's true to you. Again, your authentic truth. What actually fills your heart? What makes you feel alive, but also playful and happy like a child again? It's so funny because the symbol here, it looks like a play button. The play button, like press play. You may have felt paused or stuck in the mud for a long time. this playfulness, which is, you are naturally a playful sign, you know? I mean, of course, depending on what else is in your chart, but typically, Geminis, you are air. You like to play, you like to fly. Remember, you like to fly. If you don't mind, I'm just going to quickly get myself a bottle of water. It's right there, so I'll be right back. 2 seconds. Okay. Sorry about that. I got 2. I got my old one that I need to finish, and then a new one. So. Whew. Jackson. That's my boy, my doggy. Oh, look at him. My poor baby. That's my kitty cat. I say my poor baby because my poor baby actually needs surgery. So, that reminds me. Aww. That reminds me that I'm going to be doing a special for personal readings for Geminis for June, not just because it's your birthday, but it's going to be extra special, aka extra discounted, because I'm trying to raise money to get my boy Jackson. Jackie. Hi, baby. His surgery that he needs. He has a perennial hernia, which is, I guess, apparently pretty bad, pretty severe, but he's not to the point where it's severe just yet. Good thing, but I'm seeing every day. It's kind of concerning me more and more, and I can't afford it. It's apparently $2,000. I'm going to see if I can find a vet that will do it, a vet surgeon that will do it for less expensive. But yeah, so trying to raise money for that anyways. So I may be starting, what's it called? A GoFundMe page for him pretty soon. I think I'm going to, and I'll put the link around town for that. But otherwise, any support is greatly appreciated. My PayPal in the description below. Cash App description below. And of course, again, my email, as well as different links for how you can book a reading. Okay, so I just got real serious, didn't I? Okay, so we're going to clarify these now. And the last thing I'll do after I clarify is I'm going to pull you an animal oracle card, speaking of animals. So, clarify for Geminis. Let's clarify. So, please clarify for June this card of comparison for them. Wow. Oh. Guys, okay. This is so perfect to clarify that. This is you guys, for whatever reason, focusing on cups that are pushed over, are spilled, are down, and forgetting that you still have 2 golden chalices, 2 gold cups right behind you. You're not going to see them if you're so focused on these three. Besides, you could easily pick them right back up, okay? You're a Gemini. You're the magician. You can do whatever you want. But if you're focused on the fact that they're down, and you don't realize that you can just pick them right back up and you think you're bound, you're never going to. And you're blinded to the fact that there's still twos right there standing behind you. There's still two perfectly beautiful and amazing cups right behind you, aka within you. And what I want to say about that is that what came out with that, and I'm not going to put them there, but what came out with that right behind it is the Ace of Swords, which again, a new perspective, new mindset. That's what you want to do. But you're stunted. The movement is stunted. You're not able to move forward right now for some reason. There's a loss of direction, a lack of discipline here. So discipline your mind and remember that this is your clarification. This is your reminder that you've still got cups right there. You have first of all, many people don't even have those two cups. And those two cups are abundant. So you are so abundant because the cups represent emotion and fertility of ideas and creative magic, power, love. You have plenty of love there too. But it's like you're in mourning. You're grieving or something. Grieving your past self or something like that. Grieving your past. Okay. So can we clarify the Gemini inner focus? It says guilt. Gemini's inner focus. Guilt. Gemini's inner focus. Guilt. Wow. This is a happy surprise. This is like a message for you. This is the dream coming back. When you allow yourself to swim through the sensitive waters that may exist within you and to see them from a new perspective instead of looking at everything through the guilt lens. You know, we have a lot of 8 here, so you very well could be somebody with some Scorpio in your chart. Or Scorpios around you, Scorpios in your family that are of significance, or both. Either way, this is a message to clarify that what your inner focus is guilt. However, you can look at it through a different lens. Again, it's just literally a happy surprise for you. Yeah, once you get through those clouds, remember, these flowers are here, this new growth, a beautiful sky. So this will be a process, but it's a process of clearing the air. Clearing the air, truly clearing things up. Deciding once and for all to do that. No longer being afraid to do that. Okay. Outer focus for Gemini. Let's clarify the outer focus for Gemini. Wow. This just wanted to come out. Look at that. Outer focus. The Eight of Wands, aka, rapid decisions, rapid movement, action. Look at that. Yeah, once you decide on all of this and you realize that you can look at this from a better, higher perspective, a happier perspective, a dreamy way, you can go right up that mountain to the light in a very quick way, just like you are. You are very quick. And look at that, it's another 8, just to tell you, again, that this is for real. This is your clarity that you need. And what you're going to realize, I am hearing, is that access to the top of that mountain has been there all this time. And you're going to kind of laugh about it because you thought it was such a struggle in the past. But the struggle was within you. There was nothing else holding you back but you. And isn't that always the case with most people? With every person, really, that is holding back from something. Okay. Now let's clarify this lesson of consciousness for Gemini. This lesson of consciousness, we clarify for June for Gemini. Okay. Wow. 6 of Wands. This is literally a card of victory, of success. I mean, look at this person. They're literally celebrating their success. They're riding through the town on their white horse, with their wreath on their wand to basically, show their flag of who they are, their authentic truth. And this is like being rewarded by the public or by whomever, you actually really care for's opinion of you. This is being rewarded. When you choose to grow through consciousness, when you realize that lesson, you're also going to realize that you've been loved all your life. That people have seen the brighter side of you for majority of your life. I feel like many of you are going to come across, I don't know, maybe some, like birthday cards or something, or like maybe even a yearbook or something like that, where you see all the things people wrote to you. And it just reminds you of how influential you had been in the past in a positive way. And that's going to, really touch your heart and reinvoke some type of passion for you that you had forgotten. Never lost, but forgotten. And it's the passion to touch other people's lives and to help them. Not so much just you. I'm not saying that you've been selfish. I'm not saying it was just about you, but a lot of us, we forget sometimes what our original message was, Okay. So where you're going to be thriving, again, you get the card of patience as if you, whoa. Wow. Okay. This is crazy. Patience. This is the Four of Pentacles. This is kind of like, well, this card can be seen as kind of a greediness, but it's not in this context. This is conserving. Being frugal. And it makes so much sense with patience. Saving up for your security. Having the patience because you know what's going to come from that. You know what's going to grow, what will be birthed if you can be patient to grow this thing. If you plant seeds of a flower or even, some type of vegetable in the ground, Do you think it's going to grow tomorrow? Do you think it's going to bloom tomorrow and be just a big, beautiful thing tomorrow? No. So if you get frustrated and rip it right out of the ground, or stop watering it, or stop taking care of it because it doesn't grow tomorrow or in a week, who's the fool? Or are you going to tend to it and see how much it's grown in 1 month, 2 months? And then you've got this beautiful, beautiful, luscious bed of flowers or of vegetables, food you've provided for yourself and for your home. Again, security. That's what this is. So that's pretty interesting. That's where you will thrive, is if you are patient through this process and through whatever it is that you are birthing, that you are growing within yourself. Okay. Yeah, because again, there's a death and rebirth happening. This is the card of Scorpio. The death card. Okay. So your struggle, Gemini's struggle, we have clinging to the past. What is this clarifying card for Gemini's struggle? Oh, clinging to the past, okay. Okay. So if you continue to cling to the past, guys, again, you're going to miss out on an opportunity. Ace of Pentacles. Look at it. It's a pentacle being presented to you. Being presented to you. Okay? A beautiful gold pentacle being presented to you. It reminds me again of the very beginning. 5 of Cups. These cups behind you that you can't see. This pentacle that you can't see because you're stuck on the past. Your head is blocked. The mind is blocked. This is a new opportunity, a new venture, as well as prosperity for you. But you need to be patient. Stop trying to rush ahead. And when you feel anxious or overwhelmed, don't try and numb that out, actually, because that can be your power. That is the most valuable thing that you have, that any of us have, is if we dive into that and see what that is. What's that all about? Let's write about it. Let's talk about it. Talk about it. You know, don't just try and bury it or drown it out with whatever it is that you may use for that. Because it's not going to help you. It's going to also drown out your truth, your inner voice, your authentic truth, which is your power in this life, which is what you were brought here to expose and to share. It's your light, right? Yes. Okay, so last but not least, we're going to clarify your advice, which was to create a new vision. Can you clarify Gemini's advice of creating a new vision? New vision for Gemini. Oop. What? Guys, that's crazy. Oh my god. This is literally the wish card. This is, labeled as the wish card in tarot. 9 of Cups. Look at this person. They're smiling. They're sitting comfortably because they know they've got all those cups. Those 9 cups surrounding them. They are full. All their cups are filled. This is a person who has great emotional stability, luxury. They're satisfied. They're happy. They're satisfied with everything. No regrets, no guilt. Nothing's holding them down anymore. They're light and happy. And that's what this new vision creates for you. Create a new vision of yourself for yourself is what I really want to say. Yeah. Again, because death is at the bottom of the deck. Let the old the person, not even the old you, the person that you've been for a few years now, though, or for most of your life. Let that facade of you drift somewhere else. I don't want to say die, per se. Let it go somewhere else for now. And let your true self, your authentic self, your truth, authentic truth, let that rise up out of you. And that can provoke lots of anxiety, of course. Think of what I just said. Let that rise up out of you. That is the feeling of anxiety sometimes. Something's bursting out of your chest, something's bursting out of your gut. And you're like, I have to do something to numb this. No, allow it. And don't fear it. Don't fear it, because fearing it will cause conflicts with others because you don't want to feel vulnerable. It will cause muffled communication. You're not going to come across clearly, basically. Don't fear it. Again, see it from a new perspective. And you're going to start to see just how much this will change your life. Okay, so last but not least, I just want to pull an animal oracle card. See what's going on there. So this will be an animal, that you may or may not, but if this reading resonates for you, you probably will. It will appear to you sometime in June, whether on television, in true life, in real life, in the clouds, whatever, in a dream. But it has a message for you, and the message corresponds to this reading, most likely. But it also corresponds to whatever you were thinking about, trying to weigh in your mind when this animal appears, okay? So you're going to want to see how it applies to whatever you're thinking of in that time. Okay, Gemini. Let's see the animal totem for Gemini in June. Ow. Did you see how that flew? You guys got the panther. Okay. Here's the message. I'm going to put it here for you to screenshot if you would like to. Okay. The panther symbolism is magic, darkness, and death. Like other large cats, the panther represents ferocity and courage. The Black Panther is a particularly mystical symbol that has represented dark energies and rebirth. Oh my God, rebirth. Native American tribes of North, South, and Central America considered the Black Panther to wield powerful magic. Egyptian rituals involved the wearing of a panther tail about the waist or neck, which brought strength to its wearers. And the Kayans of Borneo feared the soul of a Black Panther as much as the beast's corporeal form. After killing a panther, a Kayan hunter would step 8 times, 8, Scorpio, 8, House of Death and Rebirth, 8, 8 times over the dead animal, reciting the spell, Panther, thy soul under my soul. Interesting. I don't think anyone has ever received this card in a reading. There's another one that is like I think it's the white panther, the leopard, but nobody has ever received this. This is really powerful, guys. So again, I want to say some of you definitely may have Scorpio in your chart. Okay, if not, that's just a very clear message, though, about this rebirth cycle that you're going to be going through in June. That was a pretty intense and also amazing and beautiful reading, guys. So I hope that this helped you with whatever it is that you needed advice or clarity on. And again, if you'd like a personal reading, you can contact me. All that information is in the description below. If you'd like to donate, Information is in the description below. La, la, la. And I love you guys. I hope you guys have a beautiful, amazing birthday. If you didn't already have it, well, and I hope it was beautiful and amazing. Yeah. If you've got any questions, feel free to email me. I will answer. And yeah. I'm going to be back, guys, in the middle of June for just a mid-month check-in for everybody, okay? But until then, I hope you guys have a beautiful June, and I'll see you then. Love you. Bye.